When different woodworkers talk about the effectiveness of hand tools versus power tools, a lot of hand tool fans say the advantage is that they can pull out their hand tool and be working and probably done by the time somebody with power tools has set up their tool. In the case of Festool's Sanding Block here, everything fits into a small kit and all I need to do is plug in a dust collector and I'm working. I don't need to find power, I don't need to run extension cords. Everything's right there, and with quite a bit of reach in that hose, it makes it very simple to work all the way around a project without having to relocate the dust collector. So here is the interface pad. It's the same pad fits the LS130 and the RTS. So in one system, your sandpaper is going to fit on a sanding block and two different machines that I know of. And so there it is, slips right on and gives you a nice cushion for handling contours. So here the mouse is attached directly to the hose. You can do that, but you can also, there's a gate valve attachment that comes with this unit to manage the draw, so you're not pulling too much. So this is a gate valve attachment. It goes on the back of the sanding block, the mouse I call it. But as you can see, that green ring will dial open and shut to reduce the amount of vacuum so that the holes on the bottom of the mouse don't turn into vacuum clamps and make the block stick to your workpiece. I honestly have no idea what that other thing is in the shot. I still haven't figured that one out. I'm currently working on a waterfall desk, and as you can see, the veneer's been chiseled off, and I've added wood filler in spots where I had some chisel marks or there are just some dings and dents in the desk itself. So the sanding block works great in flat areas with the paper right on the block. But what you can do is you can add this interface pad, and we'll add our paper. And what that gives us is a little bit of give. So you're getting the dust collection, obviously, and now you have a little bit more spring to handle those contours and not sand so aggressively that you cut your curves flat while you're moving around and working on a surface like that. The waterfall desk's drawer fronts were another example of where, when I was sanding with the block in a flat area, I discovered that that area actually wasn't that flat. And so by adding the interface pad, it gave me the amount of cushion that I needed to work the abrasive down in there, but not so aggressively like it would with a power tool that could actually damage the surface. Here I am with it, working live, and I'm using that interface pad along with some 220 paper to feather out this curve. And as you can see, that's a nice curve and no dust. It's a real time saver when you can sand something and then you don't have to come back and wipe off all the dust. In this clip, notice how I'm sanding a large area and there isn't a buildup of dust. That can be problematic because the dust tends to fill in the low spots and it's hard to tell what you're actually sanding and where you need to feather down an edge. But with the sander, you get a clean surface all the way around. Okay, notice in this video how I'm sanding the waterfall edge and there's no puffs of dust, even though I've got it a lot of light coming from behind the shot, and then I don't see any crumbs or anything even falling down onto that lip above the drawer at the bottom of the waterfall. So just a quick look at the work that I did with really less than 15 minutes sanding. The block did a really good job with that pad of getting around these curved areas. And so now I'm feathered out, and then I can just go back and do a little bit of touch-up work, and hopefully the filler work will be done. So this is a belt sander cleaner, also known as a booger bar, but it's very handy for cleaning off even just the small block. I'm currently working on an old waterfall desk, and I've prepared the surface to be finished. I've put in wood filler that you see here, and in the areas where it's really flat,